Good from John Campanelli, everybody. I'm also from New York, and my dad also called me when the fires happened in January. He called me. He saw the news, and he was like, "Hey, I see the Malibu's on fire. Are you okay?" And I said, "Do you think I make enough money to live in Malibu? I'm doing comedy in Burbank at 5 o'clock on a Sunday. I don't have Malibu money, Dad." I was like, "Let me explain LA geography for you. Malibu is on fire. Malibu, PCH, Pacific Palisades. That's where Tony Stark lives. Where his mansion in Iron Man 3 was. That's where Hollywood dreams happen. I live in Van Nuys, where porn happens. So definitely I'm okay." Okay, you guys ready for your next comic? Yeah. All right, she has been podcasting for over 15 years. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Christine Blackburn.
Hey, thank you guys so much. I like the beginning of that song. Ba-da-da-da. Over. It's true. I've been podcasting for 15 years. I have made hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. You guys, I'm a MILF, which is a mom in Los Feliz. Now, like Mary, my kid also just left for college. They're in Boston at Emerson. And so right before they left, I did what any responsible mother does. I stopped breastfeeding. I just shut it down. I also had a birthday recently. I turned 50. Thank you. And then last month I turned 59. So that's how that goes. But people tell me I look good for my age. They say, "You look good for your age, Christine. What do you do? What are your secrets?" I have no secrets, okay? I drink a lot of water. I get a lot of sleep. I had my eyes lifted, a nose job, and my teeth are capped. But I think it's the water. It's the Botox in the water is what it is, actually. I used to be a flight attendant, you guys. But it was a while ago. I flew for the Wright brothers. Familiar? No, it wasn't that long ago, but I did fly during the Bush administration. The first Bush. I mean the second Bush. I mean when I had a bush. That's not the point. Now back then, you guys remember, we had a lot of cash on us because there were no credit cards on the airplane, which seems so crazy now. But the flight attendants, we all had money because we were taking it for alcohol, $5, $4, $5. And you'd put it in your pocket, in your suitcase, in your bag, and you'd fly around for 3 or 4 days. You'd easily have over $1,000 that now you got to turn in back at your base. And I'm not saying flight attendants stole money. I'm not saying that. But I have a boat in Marina del Rey. And I named it Headsets. Thank you. I used to work on the red eye a lot because the red eyes are the easiest, right? Because people sleep for the most part. Now back then, as most of you can recall, there was only one movie on the whole plane. We all watched the same movie, like animals. And a lot of times we would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize in advance, but there'll be no movie tonight. The VCR is broken. There'll be no movie." But the VCR wasn't broken, okay? We just didn't want to see Daddy Daycare again. So we told you that. We wanted to be in the back alley. We would go back there and we'd close the curtain. There used to be a curtain. And then we'd take a meal cart and we'd put it on its side. We used to serve meals, for that matter. And we'd put blankets on the meal cart and then we'd sit in a circle and we'd play poker with your liquor money. That's what we did. Good times. We went out a lot on overnights, and it was fun because you're in different cities and you're drinking, There were some rules, like you weren't allowed to drink 14 hours before the flight. But a lot of times we'd be out and it'd be like, wait a minute, was that 14 hours before the flight or 14 feet from the plane? Which was that? I flew for 7 years, and there's 48 states I'm never going to again. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, I flew for 7 years. I resigned. You know why I resigned? Because I found out I was never going to be the pilot. It's a different job. People thought it was glamorous to be a flight attendant. Sure, if you want to go to Sacramento 35 times a month. A lot of fun. I got tired of all the nice hotels and all the traveling, and I decided to resign and do something a little more worthwhile. And I went to the United States Peace Corps. That's right, the Peace Corps. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, first thing I did was leave the country. I was sent to the Kingdom of Tonga. Does anybody know where Tonga is? Come on. I'm sorry? In the Pacific, yes, it is. It's in the South Pacific. There's about 170 islands in this nation. And I was there to teach English as a second language. And I was sent to a village with only 67 people. And I'm there to teach them English. And let me just say, the Tongans have a lot bigger problems than speaking English, okay? I'd say the first problem these folks had would be electricity. Number 2 would be plumbing, and the third problem would be being in Tonga. You try to explain to a 10-year-old why there's a K in knife. You try. Now, that was good, though. They were really kind to me. They taught me a lot of things. They taught me how to use a washboard to wash my clothes. And I taught them Americans cry a lot. You guys are lovely. These are the 2 best laughers in the club, right here. I grew up in Pittsburgh, not to brag. And I'm the youngest of 6. So the big Catholic family, right? Yeah. And we didn't have any money. I mean, come on, no money. We didn't play the floors linoleum. We played the floors. We didn't play the floors lava. We played the floors linoleum. I'll forget it. But let me tell you something. Every summer, my dad packed up all 6 kids in the country squire, and we would head east to Gettysburg. We vacationed at a battlefield. Okay, my kid growing up in Southern California, Disneyland. We go to a battlefield. My dad would say, 50,000 men died here so that you could drink that Capri Sun. Come on, kids, go stand near Little Round Top so I can take your picture where those boys got shot in the face. You don't know Grateful till you've hiked Pickett's Charge in July. Dad, can we please get a souvenir? Your memories are souvenirs. Bullshit. Finally, my dad would say, okay, kids, let's get in the car. We're going to go get a slave burger and a Lincoln lemonade. If you're good, I'll get you a funnel cake in the shape of a cannon with a side of masa sauce. But one year, my dad passed up Gettysburg. He passes it up. He goes north. He goes to Hershey, PA. We're like, oh my God, this is where the amusement park is. This is the chocolate factory. This is everything. We were so excited. But before we got to go to the amusement park, my dad made us tour the Milton Hershey Orphanage. Milton Hershey took in the children during the Great Depression and gave them jobs in his chocolate empire. And I sat there eating a big Kit Kat. Wait a minute, is this orphan chocolate? Anyway, yeah, big fun growing up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. By the way, I don't drink alcohol anymore. I stopped a couple of years ago. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. I don't know. Well, first of all, I drank for 40 years. I mean, I'm not even thirsty anymore, honestly. But I notice things, like there's more room in my refrigerator, I have less recyclables to take outside. I haven't shit my pants all day. So it's pretty great. Thank you. See, she's laughing. The stripper's laughing. She gets it. You guys, the Olympics are coming. We're all very excited about the Olympics. There's some new games that are going to be originating here in Los Angeles. It's very exciting. Some of the games we knew they'd do this. The car races on the 405. Yeah. give parking at Trader Joe's. Yeah. We know. But have you heard of the Fentanyl 500? Now, in this event, the athletes come to LA, they do fentanyl and try to go 500 feet. That's not funny. That is not fun. No, bad. Very bad. Have you heard of the headshot relay? Now that's going to be fun. Okay, forget that one. Okay, how about the broad jump? Have you heard of the broad jump? This is going to be a great event. Not like the long jump of years past. No, in this event, the athletes come to Hollywood, they find a broad and they jump her. And the scoring is based on the speed, the style, and the contents of the broad's purse. Yep, well, it's not Pittsburgh, I'll say that. Growing up in Pittsburgh, man, I gotta tell you, we were so poor. We weren't even connected to the city water. We had like a septic tank in the backyard. You know what I mean? That's for the toilet waste, the septic tank. And there were 6 women in the house, so we were always in the red. You know what I mean? My dad would say, Lillian, tell the girls to not throw their sanitary products down the commode. I told them, Jack. Then I'd have my friends over to play kickball. It'd be like, okay, first base is the pine tree, second base is the picnic table, and third base, well, if you slide into third base, you're going to get up looking like Carrie. All right, thank you guys very much. Have a nice night.